Hey guys, what's up y'all? This is Sheila with What's Up Y'all. I know I haven't been on probably in the last 2 weeks, and I kind of wanted to start out and kind of let you know what's going on there. Is that I just have a little bit of health issues, and I don't know if any of y'all deal with something like this. Well, first off, I couldn't sleep at night. I mean, I was just like, all during the night I'm waking up, and I might take a little cat nap and I wake up, and then I just couldn't sleep well. I was having anxiety, and so I don't go to the doctor. I'm just not one of those doctor people, but I just wasn't feeling well, and so I went to the doctor. And for me to make an appointment to go to the doctor, that's saying, the people that know me go, Sheila, you call the doctor? Anyway, long story short on that is my blood pressure was sky high, my heart rate was sky high, and she was very concerned about me, so she put me on some pills. Well, then I had to wait 2 weeks and go back, or it was 3 weeks and go back. I had gained weight. Everything's out of whack. So what I was saying is, I don't know if any of y'all deal with that, but with what I'm getting ready to say is that I couldn't shut my mind down. It just would not shut down. And so sometimes I'm talking, I'm going here, there, now, zip, 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 everywhere. It's like, what'd you say? I can't help it. It's like squirrel, squirrel, where? Well, that's the way I was at night. So I told I said, Mister, I got to have the TV on at night. I try to turn it on really low while I'm in bed so I can fall asleep. And the reason being, because people go, well, how do you sleep with TV on? Because my mind is going everywhere. I mean, all kinds of directions. So if I put something on TV, I'm focused in on just what is playing at that time. My mind's not going everywhere. It kind of helps bring my mind into one focus, which is what is on the TV. And so that's what I was doing. So she kind of put me on some sleeping aid to help me because I was taking over the counter. Well, dog, that didn't work either. I'm still going, whoo. I mean, it was just horrible. So she changed that up as well when I went back. And I gained some more pounds when I went back. And you remember me telling you, I said, if I could have 5 pounds. I got 3 weeks to do it. Honey, I gained. It's like, and then this medicine that she put me on to bring me down, my anxiety, and she put me on this stuff, and she's really good. She's a really good doctor. But this pill that she put me on, I started taking it, well, actually it was on my birthday. And do you know what I did on my birthday? I was in my little recliner there, knocked out of this world. I didn't even know I had a birthday. I knew it by the calendar, but I slept all day. She had me because my blood pressure was sky high, my heart rate was sky high, everything. She wanted to bring me down. Well, she did. I didn't do a daggum thing. So I go, whew, I only got to take half of that pill. So I'm supposed to be going back probably in, well, I don't know what the day of day is, maybe 4 or 5 days. I go back to see how everything is doing. But in saying all that, guys, I'm okay, but I haven't been on because I just couldn't. I have all these videos that I started, but I couldn't complete a job because I was out of it, so I couldn't show y'all the end product. Well, today I took again that pill. I take 2 half pills. I take another one for my blood pressure to kind of pull that down. And my house is a wreck, and I mean it's a wreck. We have still projects going on, and I'm hoping to close down these projects. I mean, it's like other people doing them, and we're getting our deck stained. I got somebody supposed to be coming out and digging up the bamboo because this won't take over the other field, and they said they were going to be here last week, and guess what? I didn't hear from them. Up in the mountains of Virginia, to get somebody to do something and on a timely basis, not used to that. I'm used to where I come from, the big city. Man, you know, they're getting it done. But up here, it's like, well, we'll get it done when we get it done. Whew. I think that's why my anxiety is going nuts. But anyway, because I like, once I make up my mind I want something done, I want it done then. And people go, well, you can't expect that. Well, I've had maybe 2 or 3 weeks to think about it, and so by the time I made up my mind, I made up my mind. So I want it done. Okay. Today, Mr. came in from the garden and brought a squash. That sucker, man, he's about this big, and I don't want him to get big. I want him to still stay kind of on the small side. I will be canning a lot, I told you, this summer, so I need to go out there and check and see what's in the garden. Mister's been pulling he's been pulling the onions, and they're little. You got to wait till them tops grow. Well, I've been cutting off, you know, some of the top so we can have, what are they called? Anyway, the last ones that he cut, I've been chopping them up and I put them in the dehydrator. Well, now he put them in a jar, which is my fault because I've been out of it for 2 weeks. And so now all the moisture, I got to put it back in there in the dehydrator and make sure I get all that moisture out. Then I've got to put them in a jar and get all the air out and stuff. And I've got some more over there I've got to do. And there was something else. I don't know. But I've got to do that. And there's just a lot of things that are coming in, like the crab apples are coming in. I need to go check down there on Bear Lane and check with my blueberries for all the deer and the bear and everything eats them up. And so I've got, you know, that to do. I wanted to pick the dandelions out of the front yard and make some dandelion jelly. And I had to mow. I mowed the other day. Oh, I got to tell you a story. And the story is, I got so much. I got 2 weeks, so my brain's still going woo-doo. But anyway, I got to tell you this. The grass was growing up really big. We had a lot of rain, and so the grass was really growing. You remember me telling you about down there at the shed and how, you know, we got a snake. Every year we got a snake, and he gets up there in the rafters. Well, we had a new tin roof put on because that tin roof was old. And I'm getting to it, it was old, so when it rained, it kind of rained inside the shed, so we had to have that. So while we were doing that, they ran across one of them snakes. He was get up in the rafters, so they swept it off, out kind of like out in the woods. Well, that sucker came back. But every year, the freaking snake down there, and he gets up in the rafters and he skins himself. And one year we had a big old long skin just hanging down, kind of blowing in the wind a little bit. I will not go down there in that shed. I am just terrified of snakes. I can't stand snakes. And everybody goes, well, don't kill them black snakes. Girl or fella, boys and girls, everybody, I don't like snakes. I don't care if they're good, they're bad. I don't like snakes. Just bottom line. So, I don't care if they're good or not. I don't like snakes. I don't go someplace. You got all these properties around here. Don't come on mine. I don't want you here. No. Well, anyway. So, every time I go down there, I open the door because I need to get the mower out. So, I'm looking around. Looking on all the rafters. I mean, I'm looking. And I'm looking to see if that snake is up there. Because every year there's a snake. So I'm looking. I mean, I'm probably down there 10 minutes before I walk in through that door. Because I don't want no snake. Well, I didn't see any. And I'm looking down on the ground and making sure there wasn't any, you know, slithered up somewhere. Okay, so I finally got the nerve to go in. Okay? So I went in slowly. And where they had been putting the new tin roof on, there were some things that were kind of moved around. And there was like this, not a bookcase, one of those portable like cushions you can take if you go to like a football game or some kind of game, gives you some cushion on your behind. Well, anyway, That was on the, you have the deck on the mower, and then where you step on, where you sit and put your feet at, is another like little level. Well, anyway, that little seat cushion thing was right there. Well, I saw that, okay. And I said, well, I'll just throw that over to the side. Okay, so I'm looking around for that snakes or any snake. And I said, okay. So I went ahead and creeped over, got the gas, put the gas in the, in the mower. And so, and I'm still looking around, being cautious where I step, where I reach, everything. I don't like snakes. Well, anyway, so I got the gas in the mower and put the container back. And so I step on the deck, and I'm still looking around me like this. And then I get ready to step on the next step where you put your bottom in your seat, because we have a zero turn. As I'm getting ready to put my foot down, where you get up to get in your seat, guess what was there? Whew. What caught me was this thing going, oh, Jesus. It was like, Elizabeth, move over. I'm a-coming. Because like I told you, I've said it right 10 times already, I hate snakes. Well, whew. And he just stayed up there, and I'm going, I screamed. First off, I screamed. I went, ah! And I ran out. Well, Mister wasn't here. So, and I'm just standing up there. I had chill bumps all over me. I was going, ooh, ooh. But I need to get the mower. I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Nobody can help me. Well, there was an old golf club down there. So I went in. Oh, gosh, I about couldn't do it. And I just jabbed his head. He wanted to still crawl around. It was a big one. It wasn't a little one. It was a big one. And anyway, I got that golf club, and I stuck it up under his neck right there and pushing up against the siding of that deck, the second deck. And so then I'm going, okay, I bet I stood there 10 minutes, maybe 15, because then I was going, now what? What am I going to do? I can't stand here all day. And if I let go of it, he might slither back over on my side. It's like, what am I going to do? So I just had to pull up my big girl undies. And I said, I'm going to let go of it and we'll run out real quick. When I let go of it, that thing went over that deck, slithered down on the other side of the mower. And I'm going, where did he go? Where did he go? Because now I'm afraid to leave because he's down there somewhere. He's probably on the ground. So I finally, very slowly, go around the mower, and I'm looking all up under there. Now my son was here, but he couldn't hear me because he brought his camper here, and he was in the camper, and he had his headphones and stuff in, so he couldn't hear me when I was screaming. Well, anyway, I'm getting to the end of the story. So I'm looking around. I can't see him. I said, well, he must have gone over, down, on the ground, and went out the holes that are in that old shed. I mean, it's holes everywhere. So I looked. I didn't see him. I got on the mower very quietly. Then when I sat down, I said, well, if he's up under the seat, my big fanny, I got wrong, went boom. I'm jumping up and down that seat because I was just hit him or chop him. And then I jumped off. Because if I made him mad, I don't want him coming out after me. Well, then I waited a while. It took me forever to mow. But anyway, I got back on there. Then I backed it up. I didn't see him. I said, he must have gone out through the holes down the woods or something. I backed it up real slowly. Then when I got out there, if y'all know about zero turn, you use the controls with your arms. So I'm going, so the thing's jerking everything. I'm going like this and jerking and everything. Just in case he's in there, I can shake him loose. Okay? Well, I didn't see nothing. Then I drive around, pull it in front of the camper. And I'm telling my son, come out here. And I was telling him about, well, he got his flashlight. He was going all up under there looking, see if that snake was in there. He didn't see anything. I said, okay, well, whew. Then he must have just gone on. So I said, well, let me go ahead and mow. Well, anyway, getting back to the beginning of the story, I mowed all the dandelions, so I couldn't make the dandelion jelly. Okay. Anyway, so I'm on the mower, and I'm still going like this and jerking it around. I know people thought I was like, what's wrong with that woman on there? Does she not have? She don't need to be on that if she don't know how to drive it. But I was just trying to shake it loose in case he was somewhere. Well, I didn't see nothing. I said, okay, he's gone. Okay. So I was mowing, and I mowed all the way around the side of the house, all in the back of the house. And I come back through so I could come back around. Well, I noticed on the ground there was a snake. And I said, there's another one. But it was smaller. And I ran over another. What in the world? We got snakes. And I said, I'm going to have to mow this whole yard because I don't want no snakes up here. And I want to be able to see them. Okay, I mowed for about an hour and a half. Because remember, we've got about 10 acres here. We got 7 acres on the adjoining property over there that's fenced off, and hay's growing over there. Okay, so anyhow, I said, well, I got to go tinkle. I had to come in, so I pulled it up under the tree. I turned everything off. I got down, put my foot down on the deck part, where the blades were going woo, on the deck. When I did, guess what I about stepped on? Yeah. Yeah. That snake. Well, all I saw was a snake, big old round part snake. Here I was thinking, you mean I've been on this mower all this time, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and that snake's been riding around with me this whole time? I jumped off. Well, then I jumped off and I turned around real quick, see if he's following me. Well, evidently, what he did when I was in the shed, he slithered down, then he went where the blade, not the blades, but the belts are, is covered with this black case. So he got up under there. I think what happened when I was mowing, especially like on the hill and all that, vibration and stuff, the belts caught him and just zippity-doo-dah. And I don't know if he still slithered out. Somehow he got out on that deck, or he was trying to get away. Anyway, the small snake, it wasn't a small snake. It was part of, I guess, the back end of him that had chopped it, the blade, or not the belt or something. So I kept riding over that to make sure that snake was dead. All the while, he was with me the whole time. Whew. You want to talk about anxiety? I felt like I need to come here and take me another pill. And my blood pressure all skyrocketed. Now, when I get on the mower, I don't know if it's a snake hit or not. I don't know what I'm going to do. Isn't there some kind of snake repellent? I heard you put mothballs down. Mothballs don't keep the snakes away. Mothball keeps the rats and all that kind of, because they don't like the smell. So they say where there's no rodents, there's no snake. But that snake don't care about no rodent. All he cares about is getting up in that rafter and skinning himself and leaves all his skins here. This is 2 years now. Old skins down there. Look, I'm itching and stuff. So, anyway, I mowed the yard. That's my snake story. Seems like I got quite a few more stories, but like I said, Mister wasn't here. He goes, that snake was on that mower that whole... I went, yeah, I was riding around in the yard. I guess he was just, it was like driving Miss Daisy. He was just riding around, probably looking around, go, oh, I hadn't been down this neck of the woods. Well, anyway, he's dead now. Then my son had to take him down there too close to the woods, because when I jumped off, the sun was shining, and it was kind of baking him on the deck. He said he had a dickens of a time getting him off. But anyway, he put him way down there in the woods. So I don't know. I don't know what's if I'm gonna be, or I have to get Mister to get that mower out and really look at it really good. I don't know. But anyway, so that's been happening. Then the onions down there, Mister's been picking them too soon. It's like he wants spring onions. These supposed to be big onions, but what you gotta wait. And then when you see the little things, of course I cut them off, the the top of the onions, the green part. And so, put them in my dehydrator. I've got some today I've got to do that. He picked the onions way too soon. So they were only like little spring onions. They were good, but I want onions. So you do that when they start bending over, and then you know that the onions are ready to be picked. But he's picking them way too soon. And we have some Vidalia onions in a bag. It's in the pantry. Well, anyway, there's that. Now we got our squash. So I got to look down there because those squash hide up under them leaves. And then I'm afraid to go down there and pick. I better make sure I got my chicken boots on and my gloves on. There might be snakes down there. I'm just paranoid now. It's like, and then they had on our little community talk on Facebook, they said there was a rattlesnake. Are there rattlesnakes up here? I don't know. It was said our town, and it had a pot, like a flower pot. I guess we were growing vegetables or something, and that thing was wrapped around in that pot. Ladies and gentlemen, ain't nothing but the devil. Just ain't nothing but the devil, is all I got to say. I got to really be praying. I got to put Lincoln Angels around here, keep these snakes out here. I'm just going to let you know that real quick. Whew. And the bears, and the wolves, and the coyotes. Or I'm going to have to be taking that pills for the rest of my life. Anyway, so, in this 2 weeks, my house is like bad. We did get the sheets off the bed, and I washed those. And my clothes was piled up. I started yesterday and washing my clothes. But I've got some videos, like I said, I had started, but I just hadn't finished because I didn't get to finish projects because I was out of it. But I kind of wanted to let you know what's going on. And I'm going to go ahead and see if I can cut some more of the greens on the onions and the tops of them, and go ahead and get those dehydrated. Also, my celery's kind of going on the bad side. It's already in my refrigerator. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that up and finish dehydrating those and put those in a jar and just start storing up, like my celery, the onion tops and onions. I mean, most anything that I can dehydrate, I'm starting that. Plus, I'm going to be starting on this canning since we got that squash. So, it's coming in now. So I'm going to be busy. And that's about it this morning. I mean, I can show you my house. Oh, and I did start a puzzle. I had a friend to come up, and thank God she went with me to the doctor. I'm so glad she did because I couldn't remember everything and she could. So she was telling Mister, I mean, I was in bad shape, guys. So y'all just pray for me, will you? Just pray for me. And I just have some other things going on. When the devil starts, man, he just keeps on and on. He tries to whittle you down. That's why we got to have a prayer life. And I'm not preaching to you, I'm preaching to me. And just got to have that prayer life going all the time. In the morning, I always tell my sons, or at least one of them I talk to quite a bit. And I said, when you get up in the morning, of course you pray. And, I pray all during the day. I'm always talking to Jesus. And so, about this, that, and another, just whatever. It says in everything, give thanks. I remember when my kids were growing up, and they go, I'd be thanking Jesus. They go, Mom, what are you thanking him for? I said, everything. What are you doing that for? Because it says in everything, give thanks. So, I'm here. I'm still alive. I have a roof over my head. We have food. These things that we take so for granted. But I do thank Jesus. I thank him. And I told him, I said, get up in the morning. I said, plead the blood of Jesus over you. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And I said, put on the full armor of God. So that's what I had failed doing. Sometimes we kind of get lazy in that. But then when my health issues, I was going, aha! I know what's going on. You're trying to whittle me down. So now I got to get back up on the wall like Nehemiah. I got to get back up there, and I got to take my stance again, and got to be praying. So I don't know what y'all believe, what you're, and I'm not getting into religion and politics and all that kind of stuff. But I'm saying for me. And so I gotta get busy again. And because some goofy stuff's going on. Look at this world. Have y'all been going to the store and kind of stocking up on stuff? I always told you, use some wisdom. Because even if the store stays stocked, the prices are going skyrocketing up. So get it while, you can't. And these people on fixed incomes, anyway, get it while you can. All right, let me get off of here. I got to go get the greenery, and I got to start dehydrating that. So I will see y'all in just a little bit. Okay, guys, I just walked down here at the garden. I just kind of wanted to show you the garden. There's the onions. I'm going to cut some of those tops off so I can dehydrate the top. I won't tell Mister don't mess with them, but so they'll grow bigger. Should have planted about 3 or 4 rows of onions. Maybe next year, Lord willing, the creek don't rise. But this is our squash plants. He got cucumber, excuse me. Let me look down here because I think I'm seeing something. Make sure there ain't no snakes. Look at there. Y'all see that? Look at there. So then I'm going to be cutting. I'm getting ready to cut those off. Let's walk on up here. Now these are our green beans. So we've got blooms on that. So I'll be canning green beans before too long. But I'm sorry guys about my shadow. I was looking to see. You got to keep your eyes on these things because like that one squash that he picked, man, it's a little bit too big. I mean, it's okay. It's right at that point. But let's see if I get on this side. I'm so sorry, guys. But anyway, this is what I'm going to... Here, I still am in there. See, the weed should have been pulled out. But I've been under the weather. So I'm going to cut some of those off and then take them in and cut them up. And I'll show you that. Then I'm going to put them in the dehydrator. We've got a couple of sunflower plants coming up. Yay! This over here is our potatoes. Of course, those are not ready yet. And down here, there's some nice onions down here. Tell Mister don't pull them. Anyway, look at that. Yay! Look. Like I said, again, these are potatoes. If I can get out of the way. Well, let me go the other way. That way. My shadow's behind me. And then, I don't know what that is down there that he planted. He came out and planted some other stuff. I really don't know what it is. Like I said, we haven't weed-eated. We should have. We didn't. And I want to say those are beets, but I really don't know. Like I said, he came down here and planted a bunch of stuff. I don't know what's what. But that purpley stuff there. Then let's go on over here. I want to say this right here is okra, but I'm not too sure. Afraid to walk anywhere. I'm telling you, I'm just paranoid of these snakes now, guys. Okay, let's come on over here. Then we've got our corn back there. See that? Tomato plants. And there's supposed to be some, he said, some cabbage down here. I don't know where it is. Let's see if I can go over here. Look at all that grass. Gotta get out here and get that up. Oh, here it is. Broccoli, that's what it was. Look, guys. Looky. Isn't that cute? Look at this one. Yummy. And look at our tomatoes. Our tomatoes are coming in. Got some little green ones down here. Can y'all see that? Maybe. I don't know. I can't because it's such a bright light. And then there, some tomatoes. I'm supposed to have some little cherry tomatoes too. Here they are down there. I love those things. I think there's some already down there. So I'll be picking those. And probably eating them. They probably won't make it to the house, guys. Sorry. I know y'all want some too, don't you? But see all this grass? I can't stand it. Look. Y'all see that? Isn't that cute? Them little babies. Uh-oh. There's one down here. See that? Some of these, like I said, I don't want them to get too big. I gotta get in here and pull this grass out once I get my gloves on. And then grass, man. Like I said, I've just been under the weather, guys. I think these are peppers. They are, look. Looky here. So I'll be pulling those as well. Yeah. Oh, look over here. I say it's about that time. Now we put some Irish Spring in here and hang it up. The deer do not like Irish Spring, so we put this up to keep them out of the garden. And also, if y'all see the bags that's on the fence, we also put that up because when the wind blows, it stirs the. Uh-oh! Somebody stepped on our corn there. Who was that? What you doing, Sammy? You trying to pick some stuff? But look here. Look what's growing. Can y'all see that? Look at that. There's several out here. So anyway, let me get my behind in gear. I'm going to be going ahead and cutting those down, pulling the green, the cayenne peppers. I'm going to dry them out as well. So let me get started with that. Okay guys, oh there's that squash I wanted to show you guys that came out. Like I said, I don't understand why this one got so big and the others are still struggling, but anyhow, so I've got my my onions, greenery, whatever you want to call them, cut. I've washed them and now I've put them over here on a towel and I've been dabbing them because I want to get off as much water as possible. Now there's not all of this I'm going to be using, and like I said, this is not a tutorial, you know, to teach y'all. this is what's going on in Sheila's kitchen today. And this is what I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and line these up as best as I can. You cut off all the, like, I'm not trying to tell, but I cut off all that yucky stuff that don't look too good. Anyway, I kind of line them up just so it would be a lot easier for me to cut. I won't use those probably down there at the ends. But anyway, I'll just take those right there. I won't take too many. And I start cutting them up. Now, I don't cut them up like itsy bitsy teensy weensy because they're going to dehydrate. And means they're going to get small. So I kind of do mine like that. Everybody does theirs differently. But I do mine like that just for the fact that the way my dehydrator is, what am I trying to say? The wire, I need to order some more parts to it, trays, but it falls through. So I don't want to be so small that everything falls through and it's all on the bottom. But anyway, and I just don't use these. But like I said, this is not a tutorial for you guys. I don't know how y'all do it. Y'all probably have a better way. And that's great. I'm just getting ready to do this. They're coming in. I don't want to waste anything. I'm sure there probably will be, but I'm going to try my best not to. And start storing back. tell you, as I was telling you earlier, guys, I mean, if you go to the store and you get, you know, 3 or 4 cans of something, that's your norm, I would get some more and just start putting it in some kind of pantry, some place. You do what you want to do. Sheila here, to me, it's just wisdom. And a lot of people say, you know, well, God will take care of it. Yeah, He does. And you know what also? Guys, this is just Sheilaology. Doesn't mean that it's right. But this is the way I look at it. I look at it that, and please, I don't want to hate comments. This is just Sheila. If you don't like it, scroll loud. But I think, you know, God tells us things already, what's going to happen and stuff. To me, He's given you wisdom. It's kind of like those 10 virgins. There were 5 that wasn't ready, didn't keep their oil lamps filled, and there were 5 that were ready. I want to be ready. And I know it goes beyond that, but I'm just saying, He not only gives us wisdom, He gives us common sense. And if you see things that are going up, then wouldn't they just say, you know what, I better get some more, because to me, common sense is that even if I have a lot of money, I'd rather get it what's cheaper, because the prices are still going up. I'm sure you've seen it. And, you know, and if everything works out fine, well, praise the Lord. Then you won't have to go to the grocery store for a little while. At least you got it at a good price, right? I don't know. To me, just common sense. So, everything that I can, I'm going to dehydrate. Like I said, I've got that celery that's in it. I'm a celery girl. I love celery. And I'm going to, after I do this, I don't want to mix my celery up and my onions, because I don't want my celery having the onion taste. So I'm going to do these first, dehydrate them, then I'll come back and do the celery later. And I cut most of all the onion tops off, because if I'm going to dehydrate them, why not go and get them done at one time, right? So a little bit here, a little bit there. Just go and get them done. So as you see what I'm doing, and I'm going to go ahead and finish this. And then once I've got them all cut up and stuff, then I'll come back. We'll go and put them in the dehydrator, or put them on the trays. Let you see that, and then come back. And I'll show you the next step. Okay, guys, I got all of the onions cut up, as you can see, and I went out to my dehydrator and got the trays, wire racks. So make sure there's nothing on there, but I'm going to go ahead and start putting these on here, and it's just really easy peasy. And can y'all see that? Yeah, y'all can see that. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put these on there. I'll probably be picking out some stuff maybe I missed, but as you can see, these wire racks, they've kind of got, you know, bigger holes. I don't have one that's smaller, or a lot of the plastic things you can put down to keep them from falling apart. I do have one that's at the bottom of my dehydrator now, and in case anything falls through, I can catch it. That's why I don't chop these up as small as some people do. And you know, whatever the dehydrator you have. Like I said, this is not a tutorial, and I keep saying that because I don't want people to think that it is. This is just those of you that subscribe to my channel just like to see what I'm doing. So that's what I'm doing today in Sheila's Kitchen. This is how I do it. I'm not saying the right way, wrong way. This is just how I'm doing it, because I know what these trays will do. They'll start falling through. So anyway, I want to separate these as much as I can and not have them all on top of one another, so they'll dehydrate really well. So that's basically all that I'm going to put on that one. Set that to the side. Some I already see started falling through. I don't really know how many trays that I have. Now, some of them I did cut way too big, so I'm going to cut them as I go if I feel like they're ginormous. Some didn't cut all the way through. But anyway, I'll go ahead and do that. I want to show you the ones that I've already dehydrated. I've got to put that back through maybe for like 30 minutes because I'm sure they've absorbed some moisture a little bit. But that's what it looks like once you get them dehydrated. I'm going to put a top, and then I have one of those brake bleeders. Some people use their sealing vac that has the little pulls out all the oxygen. Mine for some reason is not working well. It's just not working, period. So I saw where this one lady had this brake bleeder, and gosh, that stuff is wonderful. So like if you don't have electricity for some reason, so you can't use your sealing vac, get you one of those, because it will pull all the air out, and then once you open it up, you can suck the air out of it again and keep reusing that jar. So anyway, and that's what's going to go on here. I'll probably put this in a bigger jar once all these are done. Alright, let me spread these out a little bit more. I think I put maybe a little bit too much on here. Let me take off just a little. So anyway, this is what I'm going to do. See what I'm saying? That why I cut them bigger than sometimes what most people do. And you can see why now. They fall through. Anyhow, I'm going to get these done. So when I get all these done and put on the trays, then I'll come back and we'll go and put them in the dehydrator and get them going. So anyway, stay tuned. Go get you some tea. I don't have any tea. You know, oh, and I got this stuff. My girlfriend brought it over. She left it all because I'm trying to lose weight. Remember I said I gained weight? So I don't know how well it's going to do. Do y'all use this? She had chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. I don't really particularly like strawberry. It tastes like Pepto-Bismol. But I like this and the chocolate. So I'm hoping that she drinks one and she feels like she's lost an inch. Just wishful thinking, I think. But that's okay. Hey, you know, who knows? Maybe it is. Alright, well, let me get this, and then we'll take them out to, I got the dehydrator out on the porch because I didn't want all that air and stuff, hot air blowing in here, because we're going to have it on for quite a few hours. So anyway, look at all that fell through. It's probably still falling through. Okay, I'll be back when we get ready to take it out there on the porch and put it in the dehydrator. Alright guys, I brought the rest of them out. Now these down, I guess I can take that one out. This is the pan that I was talking about that I put down here. See, it's already caught some. So, oh, that's two of them. Come on. Lord, I just put both of them in there. Okay. That's okay. We'll take that one out. So whatever falls through, but here's the other one. I was just going to show you that I'm going to go ahead and slide in here. The fan is in the back. I try to space them to where there will be enough air top and bottom to get all around it. The fan is in the back, so it's blowing it this way. So I unplugged it, so let me plug this back up and we're going to get started. One tried to get away. Stick him right there. Okay. So now I'm going to turn the temperature on to see. It says the temperature. Well, the time is on now, so I'm going to put it on right now. I put the temperature on 125. Whoop! I went past it. Whoop. Okay, there it is. That's all I do. I'll come back and check on it. If it needs a little bit more, then I'll, you know, cook it or dehydrate it for a little bit more until it's fully dehydrated, then stick them in the jars. And then we'll have that later on to put in stews or whatever, you know, recipes that we're cooking in, potatoes or whatever. But anyway, that's it, pretty much in a nutshell. So let me get back on inside. After these are done, then I will get like the celery before it goes bad. I'm going to go ahead and dehydrate that and put that in a jar. And if you don't have a garden, all you got to do is just go to the store, get you some onions. While they're reasonable now, still reasonable, go ahead and cut the tops of them off and dehydrate them for later on. And so where there's a will, there's a way, is what I always say. But thank goodness that you know, we did have this, and just getting ready for whatever happens. Okay, everyone, I came out here to check on the onions, and they are done. And remember, I was telling you about the wiring on my racks here. That's why I had to cut them the way that I did, which is probably larger than maybe what you cut, because I don't have all the trays to keep it from falling through. So let me just show you. I've already taken out 3 trays already, but let me just jiggle this one just to show you. See all that falling down there? Look at that. And of course I'm losing some on the ground, but I wanted to show you. So it's going to take 2 hands, but I just kind of wanted to give you an idea why I cut them the way I do, but however it still falls through. So you kind of want to keep that in mind, just depending on what kind of dehydrator you have. So here are my onions that have already been dehydrated before. So I'm going to add these into there and then put the lid on them, and then use our brake bleeder to suck all the air out and store them up. Okay, let me get finished with this, and then I'll show you once they're all in the jar. Alright guys, I brought it in, and it fits into a quart and a pint jar. So yay! I'm so glad about that, so that way we'll have it for later. We're going to go ahead and put the lids on it and use our brake bleeder. Again, it pumps out all the air and seals it. So we'll put that up. I guess my next project is to get that celery, which I told you that I was going to do, but I haven't started it yet. So like I said, if you don't have a garden, you could go ahead and just go to the store and get what you need. As far as onions, cut them all up and do the same thing. And you know, you don't, even though you might have a garden. But anyway, I just want to show you the finished product. Listen, here it is dehydrated all right. And all you got to do is throw it in some soups or some, maybe some mashed potatoes, just different things, and it tastes yummy, yummy. Okay, guys. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. Again, this is not a tutorial. This is just in Sheila's kitchen and what Sheila is doing. But I hope you enjoyed the story about the snake. And I hope that maybe you did learn something. Like I said, this is just from Sheila's kitchen. But remember that I love you. Thank you guys for all the new subscribers. And thank you for all the comments, those that are leaving comments. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. Remember that I love you, but who loves you more? Jesus does. And just depending on what neck of the woods that you're watching from, could be morning, afternoon, or evening, just remember that I love you. And until the next video, bye y'all.